Hello guys, happy new year. Welcome back to another vlog. It's Caroline from Gatheres family. I'm glad to be back. Thank you for turning here to watch us today. So today I want to spend with you a day with us, not a full day, but at least I wanted to spend some time with us preparing our lunch. And so today I had gone to the garden with my girls. It's not far from my home, and I had gone to take some potatoes, and because it's lunch hour, I thought of making chips for my girls. There I was chopping the chips. They were quite big, and so I never needed to make lots of chips because lunch hour you don't have to do lots with lunch. So I'll be making chips. We will have them with some tea. This is another joy of being in the village. You don't have to go and get everything from the market. I had some potatoes in the garden, and I always use them well, so as by the time others are getting ready, I'll still be having my potatoes. But that doesn't mean that I don't have to enjoy like making some chips. I always make some chips once a week because my girls really loves potatoes, and I can also make mokimo with my potatoes, and that's a joy of being in the village. You just go in the garden and you get something and prepare, and it's fresh from the garden. So the lunch that I'll be making today, it's lunch for three, just for me and for my two girls. And there is my firstborn. She really loves cooking and helping me out. So I never allowed her to peel the potatoes, but she really wished to. But I think she's too young to handle knives. So she was waiting for me to finish cutting the potatoes, and she would get water from the tank and wash the potatoes well. But her hair was disturbing her, so I asked her to put it back so that she can be able to wash them. She really loves helping out, and I always give her some space, so because I know a time will come that she'll have to do some things alone. There she was rinsing the potatoes. They were now clean, and we needed to go inside the house and cook. And I was thinking of putting a space outside my home on the back side, so as I can be making food from there from outside. But that was the thought, but later on I'll think of it because I don't have an outside kitchen. Like in the village here, we people normally have an outside kitchen where they use the three stones, but I can get a jiko. I'll be cooking from outside from time to time. After she had rinsed the potatoes, here in the village we don't misuse water. That water was still good, and I have some strawberries, and she went to water them, at least a bowl each, and that could make the strawberry survive because it's quite sunny. And she will do the same to the flowers from the kitchen door, and that's their duty, and they really love it because they are the ones who usually know when the strawberries are ripe enough. And there she was. Now she needed to water the flowers at the back door of my kitchen. At this point, I was waiting for her to finish up so as we can go inside the house and start frying the chips. I really don't like leaving them outside to play alone because I don't have lots of neighbors going down there from the other gardens, and here we have fear of wolves, hyenas, and that can't make me to be inside the house while they are outside. I've never seen it, but I don't like risking, so I was waiting for her to finish up so as we can go in. Immediately she finished watering the flowers, we went in the house. There I was putting in some oil for cooking our lunch. As the oil was heating up, I added in some salt in my chips. I like adding in the salt while the potatoes are not yet cooked, and so as when the oil is heating up, when it heats up well, I'll put in my chips and start cooking. The oil was ready, and now I needed to add in my chips, and there they were. The oil was hot enough to cook, so I usually don't put a lot. It always depends with the oil that I have, and I think the oil that I had kept in was enough to cook lots of chips that the first chips to cook I can put for my 2 kids to eat, and while I wait for others to cook for me. I like having my chips with chili sauce. I don't know why, but I always find myself eating the hot chili sauce, but because it's quite hot, I love adding in some tomato, and there my chips were ready, and I needed to put for my girls because I knew they were waiting for the food from the sitting room. They were playing, waiting for lunch to be ready. That was my chili sauce, and this is the ketchup that I had for them. It doesn't have the chili sauce because they can't have it because it's quite hot. And this is the pure chili sauce. It's quite hot and can't even have it without mixing with tomato sauce. Thank you guys for sticking around and for watching this video until this point. Subscribe if you haven't, and we are on our road to 500 subscribers. Thank you guys.